In this video today, we're going to be talking about Arlo mounts and accessories. I'm going to be going over a bunch of different options, letting you guys know which ones are good and which ones to avoid, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. A while back, I did a video talking about different mounts and accessories for the Arlo Pro 2 system. I thought I would update that since it has been a while and talk about mounts and accessories for the Arlo Pro 3 and the Arlo Ultra. Now, all the mounts that I talk about today can be used for any camera that has a 1/4-20 mount on the back, but today I'm just going to be focusing on Arlo. Now, if you guys watched the one from a few years ago, there are going to be a lot of similar mounts, but I have some new stuff that I wanted to show you guys. Like I mentioned in the beginning, there are going to be some things that you're going to want to avoid, which we will be talking about later in this video. And as always, I will have links for everything that I talk about in the description below so you guys can check those out. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. With that said, let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start off with the basics, and that is going to be security mounts. So in your kit that you got, you probably got a security mount. It looks like this. This is the security mount that comes with the Arlo Pro 3 and the Arlo Ultra. Now, if you have used any of the other Arlo products, say their solar panels, or if you got the Arlo Pro 2, you are probably used to the old security mount that looked like this. It was quite a bit bigger. It was all metal, it was heavy duty, and now you get this thing that is plastic that comes with the cameras. Now, a third option that we have is a security mount from Washer Sign. So this is the mount that comes with Washer Sign. This one also is metal, but is quite a bit lighter than the heavy metal one that Arlo provides. Now, this one with Arlo, you can still buy it on their website, but they don't come with the new cameras anymore, which is unfortunate. I have been using these from Washer Sign for a while now. They are a great deal. They sell them in a bundle. The main difference between the two of these is going to be the look. With the Arlo mount, it has a nice smooth paint job, where the Washer Sign is going to be a little bit rougher with their paint job. I don't know if it's the paint job or the metal. It is a little bit harder when you are trying to anchor this down and get it exactly in the position that you want to. It's a little bit harder to do that. Once you get it locked in, you're fine. It's no problem, but it is a little bit tougher to get that exact spot that you want. Whereas the Arlo one is just, it's a good quality, nice, heavy, solid mount. So if you're in an area where you're worried about your cameras and you need something that is just heavy duty, go with Arlo. If you can just get away with something a little bit lighter, like for me, I have mine up really high, so I'm not worried about anybody grabbing those. Washer Sign is going to be just fine for you, so you guys can check those out. All right, next we have the Arlo Outdoor mount. This is one of my favorite mounts because it's just so easy to use. Now, it is not secure at all, but here is the mount right here. You can get it in either black or white, but it comes with a base that you're going to screw into whatever you want to connect this to. If I put this in the eaves right above my door, I screw the base down, and then I'm just going to take the actual mount itself and then just put it over there and lock it into place. From there, I can point the camera in any direction that I want to, and it's just easy to position into place. You don't have to worry about tightening anything, screwing anything down once you get it into place and hoping that it holds. It's just on a ball swivel here, so you can just swivel it wherever you want to. For the sake of ease, this is one of my favorite mounts. The next one I have on the list is a gutter mount. So this is a gutter mount from Washer Sign, and this has been a pretty cool mount because if you don't want to put holes anywhere in your house, you can now just connect it to your gutter. It's really nice because it's got two different options for sizes. We've got a really thin side that you can see right here, that if your gutter takes that, or we've got a bigger side if you need a bigger hole with your gutter. I've also found with the bigger gap here that this actually can go on my back fence. So if I put it on my back fence, I've got a mount that I can set up there. But what you're gonna do is that it's got this bracket on here that's kind of like a GoPro looking bracket, but you can connect your camera there and turn it in any position that you want to. I've also been using these to connect it to my Arlo spotlights, and you can use them for solar panels. And with this mount, you can connect to anything that has a 1/4-20 connection on it. But this is a nice little mount to use if you don't want to be putting holes in your house. All right, so the next mount that I have is also from Washer Sign, and that is a suction cup mount. So it essentially just comes with a giant suction cup with a 1/4 20 on the other side. So you can attach this to any window or glass that you want to put this on and point your camera. I actually have mine set up with my Arlo spotlights on it. So I didn't want to have to run cables. I didn't want to have to drill into my stucco. So I actually connected these to the windows of my house to point out into my yard. Now, the one problem I have had with these suction cup mounts is that the metal on it has rusted. So it's got some rust on the screw parts where it screws into the camera where the mounting part is. But personally, that doesn't really bother me. The mount still works fine. I will say though, I've had these suction cups up for about a year now, and on one of my windows, it has fallen down a total of 3 times over the last year. On the other window, I have had it fall down once in the last year. So if you are going to do these suction cup mounts, you are probably going to want to do it in an area that it's okay if whatever falls does fall to the ground. For me, I have a wicker chair underneath it. So when it did fall on the first one, it just fell into the wicker chair. It did bounce to the ground, but I had no damage to that light. The other one that has fallen 3 times falls down onto a windowsill below it. As far as the spotlight goes, I haven't had any damage to the spotlight itself. It then falls into the grass. So keep that in mind if you were looking at this suction cup one, that I have had it fall a couple times. Each time it's fallen, I've just made sure that I've cleaned the window really well and the suction cup really well before I put it back up. That seems to fix it for the most part. Like I said, I've only had one of them fall down once in the last year. But for the ability to put one of these items in an area that I don't want to drill into my house, I really like these guys. Okay, let's start talking about some accessories now. So the first one I wanted to start off with is a pretty basic one. Both Arlo and Washersign and plenty of other companies out there sell a 25-foot power cable. So if you want to take advantage of the features of having your Arlo cameras plugged in, then a longer cable might be what you need. And if you weren't aware, the 2 features that require the camera to be plugged in is the 3-second look back and setting up activity zones. So you do have to have the cameras plugged in to take advantage of either one of those. In the example I have for you here, I've got the Arlo 25-foot power cable that will allow you to plug into outlets that are farther away than where you want your cameras positioned. But they do come with the magnetic charging end, so you can use them on the new Pro 3 and Ultra cameras. If you're like me and you don't like running cables at all, you might want to look at the solar panels. Both Arlo and Washersign sell solar panels. I do have both of them. The Arlo one works fantastic. I've been using that one for actually over a year now, and I really enjoy it. I'll actually link that video above if you want to check that out. I really like those solar panels, but they're pretty expensive at about $80 a piece. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to check out the Washersign version. Those are quite a bit cheaper, but the concern is that they're not going to work as well. I am pleased to say that the Washersign solar panel has worked out great. I replaced it on one of my cameras and got rid of the Arlo solar panel just using the Washersign one, and it keeps the camera topped off perfectly, just like the Arlo one. The good thing about the Arlo solar panel is that it does come with the bigger, heavier duty security mount, so that's kind of an added bonus to that camera. But if that doesn't interest you, then the Washersign is going to be perfect for you. It's a little bit bigger and lighter, and the plastic on it does feel cheaper and a little bit flimsier, but for the cost and once you get it up there, it should be fine. I've had mine up for about 4 to 5 months now, and I haven't had any problems with it. It's working great. Okay, so the next one I have on the list is probably one of my favorite as far as security mounts go. And I wouldn't necessarily call this a security mount, even though it is named the theft-proof mount, is that it has this cover. So this cover is going to slip over the camera like that. And what it does is it protects the button underneath so nobody can come and push that button, but it leaves the charging port open. So if you are in an area or you are worried about somebody taking your cameras, this is going to be a great option for you. What you're gonna do is it comes with this braided cable right here. You're gonna put that through the screw in here, screw that down. The other end is going to screw into the area where you have your mount, and this is going to keep it locked into place. So now you can still charge this thing if you need to, but with this braided cable, somebody isn't gonna be able to just come up and pull this off the wall and take it. To take this down, you are going to need the special tool that it comes with because it does come with a Torx bit at the end. It's not a normal screwdriver. So all in all, this is a fantastic option right here if you're wanting to make sure that nobody is taking your cameras. Well, I wish I could say that I saved the best for last, but unfortunately I saved the worst for last. I'm talking about the washer sign batteries and charging station. So I have tried using the washer sign batteries, and even though it shows that they have the same amount of charge at 4,800 milliamps as the Arlo ones, I am getting about half the amount of usage out of these. These do die really fast. So from my experience, I would say avoid these third-party washer sign batteries. Just stick with the Arlo batteries. You're just going to be better off with that. Also with these batteries does come the washer sign charging port. So my experience with the charging port is that it works most of the time. However, if your batteries completely die, this won't charge them. It just, for some reason, if a battery just goes completely dead, it doesn't recognize that anything is plugged into it, and it won't charge it at all. I have to take the camera down, I have to plug the camera in, it'll charge through the camera. Once I get enough of a charge on there, then I can stick it in here and it'll charge up. But I almost even am wondering if this is fully charging them to 100%. I have some concern with that. So from my experience, I would say avoid these altogether. Stick with the Arlo brand for batteries and their charging station. You're just going to be better off sticking with that. All right, well, that is all I have for this video today. What did you guys think about all the different options? Were there any new ones out there that you learned about, or did you already know about all of these? Which ones are you guys looking to pick up? Let me know below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.